What do you think of the decorations? You can't say this won't get people in the holiday spirit," Shauna exclaimed proudly. Good Lord. Nodding, all Hannah could say was, "Very festive," before making her escape. Once she was in the property's mailroom, she let out a sigh of relief. The music was just as loud, but at least there was no one else in there with her. The song changed and Hannah found herself singing along with her own altered version. On the first day of Christmas, the universe gave to me one giant killer migraine. Grinning at her own clever words, she continued to sort through the pile of mail and frowned at the large decorative envelope in her hand. On the second day of Christmas, the universe gave to me an invitation for two to my cheating ex-boyfriend's wedding. Okay, that one certainly lacked any of the traditional good feelings, but she felt like she was on a roll and the sound of her voice butchering a beloved classic wasn't enough to deter her one bit. But the sound of someone else clearing their voice behind her did. Glancing over her shoulder, she inwardly groaned. She felt herself blushing from head to toe and wished the floor would open up and swallow her. It was bad enough that she was barely one step above pajamas because she wanted to be comfortable on the plane. But to look like a hot mess while singing poorly was just... too much. And of course, it had to be the hot guy who lived on the floor above her. He was fairly new to the building, and she'd only ever seen him in passing, or in the elevator. But they never did more than give one another a cursory smile. Normally, Hannah was friendly and chatty, but something about this guy left her tongue-tied, probably because he never had a hair out of place or looked anything but perfect. Like now. Today he had on a suit and a long camel-colored wool coat and scarf. He looked like something off the cover of a Brooks Brothers catalog. Gorgeous deep brown eyes fringed with the kind of lashes women would kill for, and his rich brown hair done in a classic Ivy League-style cut. But he had resting rich face. Just the way he carried himself told her he was out of her league. Self-consciously, Hannah ran a hand over her long ponytail and mentally cursed the fact that she didn't have on makeup either. With a small smile, she gathered up her mail and luggage and turned to walk to the elevators. And silently prayed she got in one without him. It looked like the maintenance crew was starting to clean up, and she heard more than one murmur of how it was after 5. She couldn't blame them. She was equally excited about getting away from the lobby. Pushing the button more times than was necessary, she let out a huff of annoyance as the music now changed to "All I Want for Christmas Is You." Damn, she murmured, because she really liked this one and wished she could sing along. But that wasn't going to happen again. When the elevator doors opened, she awkwardly made her way in while maneuvering her luggage with her. 2 suitcases, a weekender bag, and a large purse. It was a bit excessive for a 5-day trip, but she'd brought her work with her and needed each and every piece. Pushing the number 4 button, she let out a long breath when it looked like she was going to be alone. "Hold the elevator," someone called out, causing Hannah to mutter a curse. In the blink of an eye, Mr. Brooks Brothers joined her. "Thanks." She offered a small smile without making eye contact and leaned against the back wall. Closing her eyes, she thought about everything she was going to do once she was in her own apartment. Unpack, do laundry, order dinner. Eating was a top priority because she was starving. The cookies her mother sent were definitely going to get opened while she waited for dinner to arrive. That was a given. After having something proper to eat, she was going to soak in a hot bath, maybe read for a bit, and go to bed. There was an 8 a.m. Zoom call she needed to be on tomorrow, so going to bed early was the right thing to do. Moving her hand over her mouth, she was about to stifle a yawn when the lights flickered, and the elevator made a loud grinding noise, and then stopped. Hard. Bracing herself to keep her balance, she tried not to panic. The lighting was now dim, but at least it was something. Looking over at her elevator companion,